All right. Beautiful sunny day. Starting class. I think we're going to start with a little easy heart opener. So grab your blanket. Right? You want it to be about like this. About an inch, right? Thickness. Place it at the top of the mat with enough room for your head to still be on the mat, right? And just go ahead and set yourself back. So we want to wiggle ourselves, right, so that the shoulders are in line with the top of the mat, like I'm just touching, so I can just sort of feel that. And then let the arms float out to the side. You can have them in that goalpost shape or stretch them all the way. Walking the feet all the way out to the edges of the mat and then letting the knees fall in towards one another. So, right, we've just sort of taken this little elevation to the back. Feeling the chest begin to expand, breathing in, breathing out. My yoga class has totally gone to the dogs. And just noticing, right? Taking that moment here for that body scan. Kind of settling in. Noticing any areas where you might be holding tension. Even notice your emotional sort of state, right? Where you are. I know for me, the minute I laid down, I could already tell that I was still sort of in this place of, the word that just comes to mind is like swirl, like the Tasmanian devil, right? Like from that cartoon. And that's just from the kind of day I've had. So coming off of that, right? Can we move away from whatever's kind of caused us to move into whatever space we're in, physically, emotionally, mentally, to a peaceful, more relaxed state as we breathe in and out fully and deeply, right? So we're switching. It's like that light switch, taking us from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, right? We want to rest. That idea of rest and digest, right? Rather than fight or flight. Rest and recover. Just noticing the air as it moves in through the nostrils. And exhaling, feeling the warmth of the air as it moves out of the nostrils. Slow and gentle. See if you can't begin to have the same texture, the same strength of each inhale and exhale. Right? Try to keep them the same length. And the next breath, go ahead and open up the knees. Walk those feet in so that they're right in line with the hips. And we're going to cross that right ankle over the left. So just take a minute here. I want you to press down into that standing foot. Flex the right foot and draw that right knee away from you. You might already start to feel a little bit of the muscles of the legs turn on, moving into the hips. One more breath here. We're going to lift that leg up. So I haven't even moved my arms, right? I'm just using my leg, lifting the leg. Now on your next inhalation, begin to peel the head and chest up, and you can take those arms and thread them behind that thigh, right? So we're lifting up here. That belly can be pulling in and up. And then on the exhale, release the head back down. Hold for another breath. And then we're going to let those hands come back out to the side and let the legs just naturally fall over to the left. So that right foot's pressing down, that left leg is down. And then maybe we can lift the head and turn the right ear towards the mat. And a little stretch here. One more breath, and then I'd like you to relax that right knee towards the floor. So you're gonna already, again, start to feel, ooh, a little bit more in that right hip, getting a little bit deeper stretch. Maybe that left hand just kind of rests on that right knee, drawing it a little bit closer to the floor. We don't have to go too far. And then maybe we start to stretch that right leg out. So we're extending, taking the bend out of that top leg. And then rebend the right knee. Let's bring both feet back through center. Pull the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze, draw the head up. Maybe a little moving around on the sacrum will feel good. And then exhale, take it back to the floor. Arms come out to the side. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Press down into that right foot and draw that left knee away. Flexing deeply into that left foot. Should feel a little bit in that inside groin, and then slowly begin to lift your leg. Right? So we've just activated the muscles, the lower muscles of the core. Begin to reach up, let those hands interlace behind that right thigh. And then slowly let the head come back down. Take a nice full deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to release those arms back out. And then let the feet move all the way in the leg to move to the right. So that right leg is down, the left foot. On your next breath, maybe that left ear rotates towards the floor. So keep pressing that left knee up towards the sky. And then the next breath, slowly releasing that knee towards the mat. Maybe that right hand comes onto the knee and draws it a little bit closer to the floor. Find your edge, right? We don't want to pull it too hard. We don't want to go too far. And then if your body's calling for it and you want to extend that leg all the way out, I don't have any room where I am. I'm right against my wall. You can extend that top leg. And then again, bending it. And let's bring it back in. Uncross the legs, bring them back up through center. Nice. We're going to, again, go ahead and draw the arms around the shins. Bring the head up here, a little squeeze. And then some rocking and rolling coming up into a seated position. Now we can move our blanket off to the side and come onto hands and knees, right? So we're finding ourselves in that nice tabletop position. And just take yourself through a couple of rounds of cat and cow. So on your own, I put in my earbuds here. I should have done that at the beginning. Matching your breath to your movement, right? That's so important in our practice, is really trying to work on that breath to movement kind of dance that we do, right? Coming back into center. Open the knees nice and wide. Bring the big toes to touch and take it back to a child's pose. Fingers reaching forward. Let the head relax. Take full deep breaths in child's pose. And then we're going to slowly lift up, staying in the leg position. Let that right hand just kind of tuck underneath the left, and we're going to bring the right temple to the floor. So we're in a thread the needle child's pose position. Draw that left arm way out in front. Nice stretch along that left side body, reaching those fingers all the way out. Pressing into that right shoulder. One more breath. Slowly bring that left hand back close to the face. Press into that left hand and reach the right hand up. A little, bringing those hips to the heels, opening the heart. Good. And then we're just going to let that right hand come down. Left hand is just going to gently slide underneath the right. Letting that temple come to the floor. That right arm reaches forward. Taking some nice full breaths here. Another breath as you press that left shoulder down, and then bring that hand back underneath the face. Press into that right hand, lift that left arm up, look up, and then release that hand down. Good. Walk forward. Let's come back into our table, tuck our toes under, and find our first downward dog. So pedaling out our feet here in Adho Mukha Svanasana, right? Just kind of bending into one knee, then the other, lifting high in the sits bones, pulling that belly in and up, wrapping those shoulder blades back and down. And on your next breath, looking forward, you can step or walk to the top of the mat, finding a nice standing forward fold. Press out through the outside edges of the feet. Let your gaze be up at your hip creases, yeah? Crown of the head reaching towards the floor. And then on your inhale, find your half lift in Ardha Uttanasana. So that crown of the head is reaching forward. Those hands could be pressing onto the thighs. They could be on the knees. They could be further down, right? So long as we have that nice flat back. And then exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees and inhale, rise all the way to stand. Let those arms reach up and over the head. And then on the exhale, let the arms come to heart center. Lift the elbows slightly. Bring the thumbs to the sternum. Feel your rooted and groundedness through the feet here in our mountain pose. All right, so we want to feel like we have this energy moving down into the earth, but that our upper body is lifting towards the sky. All right, so we have a lightness. Maybe even close the eyes for a breath or two. Press into the outside edges of the feet. Inhale, open the eyes, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive over those legs. Find your standing forward fold as you bend the knees. Step your left foot back and then your right, plank pose, top of a push-up. Hold plank, press out through the outside, press out through the heels. Extend the crown of the head forward, shoulder blades back, belly is lifted. Come down onto that right knee, step on the left foot, and come into a side plank, a modified version. So that left hand could be up in the air, or you can take it across the body, right? So with that arm is parallel to the ear. And then again, maybe we want to take it a little bit further and extend that leg. So we're finding a balance challenge here. Nice. Release the foot, release the hand. Let's come back, lift back up, find your strong plank. And come down onto the knees. Exhale, chest and chin come to the floor. As you release the legs, inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. Exhale, let the forehead come to the floor. Tuck the toes, find plank. Come down onto that left knee. Step on that right foot and again, reach that right arm up for the sky. Try to draw those sits bones underneath you. Maybe that hand extends over the head. Again, staying right here, you can lift your bottom leg. Take another breath, release the foot, release the hand, pressing back again, find your plank pose. This time, roll forward, come onto the tops of the feet. Inhale, coming into a upward facing dog. And then exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. Feel the breath, feel the movement of the breath. Letting that left leg stay.
Right leg is going to reach up for the sky, and then we're going to open the hip. So we're going to stack the right hip on top of the left. Let that heel come towards the butt cheek. Right knee's reaching up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can peek under that left shoulder. And then extending that right foot back, look forward, step the right foot between your hands. Step on that left foot and find warrior two. So bending into that right knee, right? We're gonna externally rotate that left hip. Arms extend, gazes over the front fingers. Get a little bit more action in through the feet. So pressing out through those feet. Keep that pressure happening as you inhale. Arms come up over the head, straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bend. Good. Keep bending. Bring your hands back to the floor. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left in downward facing dog. Maybe you find that ujjayi breath. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale your way. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Dog or baby cobra. And then let it float back into downward facing dog. Explore your down dog. We do this a lot, but find some newness in it today. Right foot stays heavy, left leg reaches up to the sky as you stack that left hip on top of the right. Peek underneath that right arm. Slowly coming back through center. Go ahead and step that left foot between your hands. Come down onto that right foot and make your way into warrior two on the other side. So again, sometimes it's nice to unbend that leg a little bit, just to open up that hip and then come back in. Gazes over those left fingers, press that left knee away. On your inhale, reach up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, take it down. Lots of energy in those feet. Press out through those feet. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, taking it down. Bend deeper into that leg, get closer to the floor. Hands frame the front foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Find your vinyasa. Coming back in downward facing dog. As you're ready, come onto the knees and make your way into child's pose. Hips to heels, forehead resting on the floor. With our first little round of a sun salutation. Maybe you want to explore those hands coming back towards the feet rather than over your head. Last breath. Hands come up underneath the shoulders, lift up into a table. Tucking your toes under, press back, find your down dog. And again, looking forward, make your way to the top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back.
Exhale, release, bend into the knees, root to rise, arms stretch up and over the head. Exhale, bringing those palms at heart center. And then down alongside the body. So finding your block, we're going to take a block and we're going to place it right out in front of us. Our feet are going to be hips width distance apart. I'm going to put that block right down in front of us. We might have to move it a little bit as we fold forward. But as we hinge forward, I want you to place your right hand on top of the block. Bring your left hand onto your sacrum. Yeah, feet can be hips width or a little bit wider. Find that nice flat back here. Bend into your right knee, and I want you to take a twist to your left. So you're gonna sexy roll that left shoulder back. Nice deep bend in that right leg, and again, maybe the arm comes up. Maybe it just feels really good to just sort of press into that sacral area. Last breath here, good. Take it back through center. We're gonna flip it to the other side. So that block is like right in front of the face, yeah? Bending deeply into that left knee. Right hand starts on that sacrum as we take a deep breath and we twist to the right. Letting that arm float up if that feels good to us, or just staying here. So we're working on that heart opening, right? We're working on that right shoulder, kind of rolling back into place on our back. Beautiful. Last breath here. Look at the floor. Go ahead and release. Let's take that block off to the side. Hang over here in a little wide-legged forward fold. Shake the head yes and no. Maybe take hold of opposite elbows. Hang down a little bit lower and swing side to side. Feel a little stretch on the side body. Moving left to right. Coming back down through center. Inhale, take it up halfway, and exhale, release. Bend into the knees and just roll all the way up to stand. Coming into a little balanced position here, we're going to do tree. So come onto the ball of that right foot. We're going to turn the leg out. That foot can be right here on the calf, or we can lift it up inside the thigh. Hands together, prayer to start. And then maybe we want to extend them up and over the head. So we're grounding, we're rooting through that standing leg, right? But we have a buoyancy. We have a little bit of softness in that leg as well, because we have to keep up with that upper body. So if we're too rigid, we're going to fall out. Keep pressing that right knee away. Good. Bring those hands to heart center. See if you can't turn that knee forward with a flexed foot. Lift it a little bit higher, and I want you to take hold of your the inside of your foot with your finger. So whether or not you can straighten your leg or not, it doesn't matter. So like peace fingers wrapped inside that flip-flop slot. So you can stay right here, yeah? Just work here. You can play with opening and closing the leg, right? Again, a little bit of a balance challenge. You can see what happens if you try to start to straighten the leg. Again, if you can't, and as you're here, that's fine too, right? Take one more breath, bend the knee, let's bring it forward, and then slowly release the right foot. Whew. Shake it out. A little bit of like a, you know how you're like those kids at the playground, right? Like, what do you want to play? I don't know. You want to go on the swings? I don't know. Just a little bit of flopping back and forth. And then coming back to center. Other side. All right, come up onto the ball of that left foot. Turn it out. So it's always nice to just kind of take it into these easy stages, right? So we don't jerk into any of our muscle groups or anything that we can like hurt, yeah? Palms together at heart center. We don't want to mess with our joints. As we're ready, arms to reach up and overhead. Stretching through that side body. Soften the throat. Soften the face. Try not to grip with your toes. Again, bring those palms together at heart center. See if you can't just pull that knee in using the core. We're going to take that left hand inside the left foot, right hand to the right hip, yeah? Pull that knee up. Press down into that standing leg. Open and close. Warming up that hip. And then maybe again, you see, maybe I have to stop here. Maybe I can extend my leg all the way. Doesn't matter, guys, right? We want to take it to our comfort level. You might notice one side's a little bit easier than the other. All right, bend the knee, bring it back through center, release, and take it down. Good. All right, shake it out. Maybe get up and down on the toes a few times, right? Just kind of get everything out of the system from that exercise. All right. Back to the top of the mat. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway, belly lift. Exhale, step it back, find your plank. You can come down onto that knee if you like, or you can take your feet over to the right. We're going to find a side plank here, pressing up. We're just going to drop the hips and lift. Drop the hips and lift. One more. Release the hand, come back through center. Come onto the knees. Find child's pose just for one breath. And inhale, come back through center. Take it back, find your plank, other side. Slowly drop the hips and lift. All right, 3 times. Coming back through center. Knees to the ground, longer time as we release hips to heels. Child's pose. Well deserved, guys. Hang out here and breathe. Let everything go. All right, so make your way back up. Have a block at the top of your mat. Tuck your toes under and press it back into downward facing dog. Left foot stays heavy, that right leg reaches up. We're going to step that right foot between the hands and find our way into warrior 2. So whether you cartwheel or you just walk up the leg, arms extend, gaze is soft. Press out through those feet. Inhale, reach up. We've been here before. Exhale. Inhale, lift through the side body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold here, straighten your front leg. Reach forward, find triangle, Trikonasana. Bending into that right leg, I want you to find your block. You can take it anywhere that's going to be comfortable for you. Bring your left hand to the hip and pop your foot in. So we're going to find, we're going to come into another balance pose here in our half moon. So as that block reaches out, right, we're pushing off that back foot. We're stacking the feet and we're going to find our way. So we're pushing in all directions. Bend into that knee, come back, find your warrior two, clean the slate, find a nice stretch in the reverse warrior, and then bring your hands to the floor. Step it back, plank pose. Find a vinyasa of your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Up dog or baby cobra. Making our way back into downward facing dog. Right foot's gonna be heavy this time. Left leg reaches up and back. Step the left foot between your hands. Make your way up into your warrior two. I'm gonna flip my sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Arms are stretching forward and back. Straighten your front leg. Reach forward and then find triangle. So it doesn't matter, guys, if you're way up here in your triangle, right? So long as your chest is open. If that hand can slide all the way down the leg, but you're still lifting through that chest, right? You have to figure that out. We don't want to crunch down here, right? Purpose is to keep everything nice and open. Bending into that leg, bring that right hand to the right hip. Pop that back foot in, find your block. And as you're ready, find your way up into your little balance challenge here in our half moon. It's a little bit easier with the block. As I say that and I fall out. With a smile. Last couple breaths. Nice. Bend into that knee. Find the floor. Warrior two. Reverse the warrior. And then again, take your hands to the floor. Left followed by right. Downward facing dog. Last chance for a vinyasa. Knees to the floor. Child's pose. Feel the heartbeat. Feel the strength of your muscles in your body. Right? Feel the focus and attention. Notice the focus and attention that you're giving to your practice. As you're ready, scoot forward. Make your way onto the belly. Take your favorite cheek to the floor and let the hands come alongside. Palms facing up. With the forehead on the floor, bring the legs together. Palms are going to face down. I'm going to roll the shoulders back. And on your next inhalation, peel the head and chest off the mat. Exhale, lower the other cheek to the floor. Turn the palms face up. And then again, flipping those palms down, forehead comes to the floor. Inhale, peel your head and chest up. This time, maybe the feet lift off the mat. Slowly exhale, lift the cheek, relax the palms. You can do those again. Or we can take it a little bit deeper, bringing the forehead to the floor. Palms face down. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, lift the feet. And then if you would like, let those arms fly off the mat as well, reaching for your feet. Exhale, slowly release everything. All right, bringing the forehead back to the floor. Bring your hands up underneath the shoulders. Bring those feet together, and I want you to squeeze your elbows towards one another as you're sort of locking and loading those shoulders on the back. And then lift the head and chest. So we're in this kind of cobra slash locust kind of half, right? Half of each. So I want the work here to be to press your fingers back and feel how you can squeeze into those triceps. Those elbows are pointing back. We're squeezing them together. Maybe you can lift the hands, just hover them off the floor. Exhale and release. Tuck your toes. Go ahead and press yourselves up. We're just going to make our way onto our seat. Nice forward fold here. So if you'd like to sit up on your blanket, right, you can fold it in half. Put it back behind you. Sit up and kind of roll off of it. I like to bring my big toes to touch and think about drawing this pinky edge side of my feet towards me. So kind of like lighting up the muscles on the periphery of the legs. Big inhale, arms extend up and over the head. Exhale, hinge forward, Paschimottanasana. Soften the gaze at your legs. Those hands can be alongside the feet, the legs, they can be wrapped around the legs. Maybe we close the eyes here, a little moment of introspection as we breathe and stretch that chest forward, keeping that back nice and flat. Think about lengthening, right? It's all about lengthen. Expand, lengthen. You should be feeling this in the back of the legs. Inhale, slowly make yourself back up. Great. Arms extend up and over the head. And exhale, let them float down. Good. We're going to bend that left knee, pull it in. And then let that foot come to the inside of that right leg. Open yourself up slightly for Janu Shirshasana. I'm going to move my blanket here. I'm going to turn my chest towards that right foot. Big inhale, and then walk ourselves forward. So again, whether you can wrap your arm, your hand around, weird to wrap your arm, your hand around the foot, or just grab hold of the foot or the thigh, right? Stretch through that chest. I like to have some activity in that left knee, like I'm drawing it around towards my right foot. So I'm really squeezing into the belly button, into that low belly. Really strong activation there in the core. Slowly making yourself come up. Good. Let's go ahead and come up onto that foot and take it out, shake it out. Other side, bending into that right leg, take it out. Open up slightly, right? So just like a little turn. And then go ahead and frame your hands on your side of that left leg. Inhale. And then exhale, take it forward. Remember to squeeze that foot into the inner thigh. Notice if you're gripping anywhere. Slowly, let's go ahead and make our way back upright. And step on that right foot, slide it out, shake it out. Good. And we're gonna bend the knees, grab both blocks, and then roll all the way down into our back. So using the blocks, we're gonna set up in our supported bridge tonight. So as those feet come up underneath you, I want you to lift up and find a good height for those blocks. So whether they're one on top of the other or one next to one another, right? We're gonna place them up underneath that sacrum. Our palms are gonna come down flat. We're gonna walk those shoulder blades underneath us. Make sure the back of your head is pressing into the mat and that you're not closing down on your throat, right? So our chin is lifted. We're trying to work the chest towards the chin, not the other way. Press forward and down with your feet. Press down into the arms. Think about wrapping those inner thighs towards one another. Lots of work happening here. Last breath. All right, we're gonna press up. We're gonna see if we can't take one block out from underneath us. Right, find that nice sweet spot on the sacrum and lift the legs into Viparita Karani. Giving our venous system a little break. Helping the thyroid. Sometimes that little swelling that we get in the legs at the end of the day. Nice release for that. As you're ready, draw those feet to the floor. Go ahead and lift up and take that second block out. Bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug, roll around a little bit. Make circles if you like, or just back and forth, up and down. Yogi's choice. And then we're going to bring the feet to the floor. Let those arms come out to the side and cross the right foot over the left. Lift up and take your hips over to the right, just an inch or two. And then let the legs just float down to the floor. And gaze over the right shoulder. Last breath here. Start by uncrossing the legs and then bringing them back up through center. Cross that left knee over the right, lift up and take the hips slightly to the left, and then the legs just gently float down to the right as we look over the left shoulder. As you're ready, untangling those legs. Nice, coming back through center and then taking any last movements that you'd like to make before Shavasana. So coming into the back, onto the back. Maybe you want to take that blanket again. Might feel good to place that underneath you. The way we began class today. Leaving that up to you. Settling in. Letting those legs go wide, arms alongside the body. And then take another maybe deep breath or two just to settle the breath into the unconscious space where it lives most of the time. Just settling here for the next few minutes. Slowly beginning to bring your attention back to the space. Feeling the air surrounding your body. Noticing how the back body feels against the floor, the mat. Beginning to make some small movements, starting with fingers, toes. Maybe wiggling the head side to side or opening the mouth. Stretching out that jaw. And as you're ready, bending the knees. We'll take the soles of the feet to the floor. If it's nighttime, rolling to the right. If it's morning, to the left. And finding your way upright to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed or partially closed. With our gaze down. Soaking up these last bits of gentleness, calmness, peace, tranquility. Bring the palms together at heart center. We'll close with one Om tonight. So take a full deep breath in and exhale. And inhale for Om. Thank you so much for practicing. Have a beautiful rest of the day or evening. Namaste. We'll see you back here again. Check out the other videos we have at Karuna Yoga Charleston.